How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great this morning. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. What's your name, buddy?
I'm Ralph Theroux. Been here all my life, and we're back for the first time as a tourist. I've worked for NYRA for 16 years. I was a jocks agent for 30 years prior to that, and prior to that worked on the backside. So I guess you could say I'm a lifer here. I grew up in racing. My dad was in racing. So from my earliest memories, I've been coming to Saratoga, and even though I'm here as a tourist this year, didn't want to miss it again. Had to miss it last year because of the pandemic and the border crossings. We live out west, and it's kind of nice to be back and see so many familiar faces and so many friends and some family too that are here in the East.
Love for horses. What year that started for you?
My earliest memory, I actually had a job here the year I turned 15, and that was 1961, and I've been coming to Saratoga and working here every summer since. And this year, as I said, I'm a tourist for the first time and figuring it out, and we're having a good time doing that.
And what was horse racing like in 1961?
It was a lot like it is today, but there were more outfits. Trainers didn't have more than 30, 40 horses, not like today where one trainer might have 200 horses under their control. So it was a bit more of a community feel, but it was still very competitive and wonderful. And of course, the guy I worked for, Alan Jerkins, one of the greatest of all times, taught you how to take care of the horse and take care of yourself as well.
And what kind of guy was Mr. Jerkins?
As fine a human being as you'll ever meet, as hard a worker as you'll ever meet, and a heart bigger than this racetrack could ever hold.
Wow. And what's your favorite horse of all time, man?
Oh boy, there's a whole bunch of them. Kelly Kipp would be right up there. Was a real good sprinter. John Luxemine rode him for the Chief. Won a lot of races, set several track records. Horse that I rubbed back in the early 70s, filly by the name of Wakefield Miss, won several stakes, including the ladies handicap. She's got a special place in my heart. There were quite a few over the years. John's Call, first jockey I ever worked for, Heliodoro Augustinus, he rode a horse you might have heard of called Forgo. And I've got a bunch that each have a little piece of my heart and always will.
And the name of this program is The Real Players Inside the Backstretch. And how important is the guys in the backstretch to these barns and to making everything go?
You can't build a house or a building without the foundation, and it starts right here. If you don't have the backstretch people, nothing else can go on.
What's so special about this race course, man?
The history, how many years it's been here, and the fact that people flock here every August. It's just got a special vibe about it. You can really feel the excitement in the air leading up to this weekend, and I'm looking forward to a great day of racing, and I know the fans are going to have a good time.
And your best moment in horse racing?
Onion defeating Secretariat in the 1973 Whitney Handicap here. Jimmy Jerkins was about 15 years old, and he and I were standing right over there at the 6.5 hole watching the race from the backside. When the horses disappeared from our view behind the odds board, we thought when they reappeared just before the wire we'd notice Secretariat was on the lead, but Onion emerged from behind the tote board and still had the lead, and we got to jumping up and down, couldn't hardly control ourselves. We did a lot of celebrating back at the barn that evening.
Oh man, thank you, sir.
Well, it's a pleasure talking to you, and great luck with your podcast. I've enjoyed looking at it on social media, and you've talked to a lot of interesting people, and it always brings back memories every time I hear some chatter about the backside.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you.